Hi everyone, my name is Alex. Welcome to my channel, and today we're watching episode 2 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love. We can see all these amazing contestants right here. One of them is the most insufferable man that I came across in a while. Buckle up because there's a lot of red flags to discuss. We're going to look at, red flags, narcissistic behavior, manipulation, possibly gaslighting. Let's get started. What's going on here is that we have how many men? 8 or 9 men standing there with their balloons unpopped, and then we're gonna have a lady walk in, and depending on how they feel about this lady, they're either gonna pop the balloon, which means they don't like her, they don't want to date her, or they're gonna keep the balloon. So it's a dating show, and at the end you're supposed to have one balloon unpopped from a guy, and that's a match. So let's see where this goes. We're just gonna swiftly run through the first 2 contestants because not much is happening with them. I mean, a lot of interesting things are actually happening with them, but the guy that I'm referring to, the most insufferable guy, he's not really engaging with them much. You can see actually he's right there, the tallest guy. He's really handsome, I know, but wait until you hear him talk.
Oh, you wanted some of the little dirt under their nails? That's not me. I actually get manicures. Why do I get manicures?
Okay.
Because I'm a dentist and my hands are actually insured. So I may not be able to date you, but I would hire you.
Yeah. So he says that, which is honestly not the worst thing he could say, but he's trying to hire her on a dating show. It's a bit weird, but she seems happy, they seem okay with that. Moving on to the next one.
All right, and if I can have your name.
It's Jessica.
Jessica, and how old are you?
So our next contestant is Jessica. She has lost 150 pounds, which is so incredible and deserves a round of applause, which they actually give her later on in the video. But let's focus on what's happening when she starts talking to the person of our interest for this video. By the way, he always says his name with a doctor before that, so I'm just going to refer to him as a doctor because he likes it, so let's do that. So let's try to guess what our doctor tries to do. If you guess that he tries to hire the contestant, you got it right. I don't get it. He thinks it's a networking event. Imagine working for someone that you met on a dating show. It would be hella awkward. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. In the next contestants is when it will make your blood boil.
Hey, welcome in. If we can have your name.
Hello, my name's Calda.
Calda, how old are you?
I'm 31 years old.
31. Okay, and what do you do?
I'm a model.
All right,
Yes.
nice.
Before we move on, I would like to just give you an example of a healthy way to express your preferences about someone's looks.
Over here.
Okay.
Okay, sir. If we can have, just let her know your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
My name is David. I'm 30 years old, and the reason I popped the balloon, she's just not my type.
And what makes her not your type?
I will say a body shape. I just prefer a little bit of thicker, Yeah.
This is an example of how you can respectfully tell someone that, you're not interested. And obviously, in real life, he would just say, you're not my type. Because it's a dating show, they kind of prompt him to say why he's not interested in her, and he says just the body shape. And it's fair because we all have our rights to date someone that you're physically attracted to. So totally fine. But now this one, the hell breaks loose. I'm not gonna show everything here, but what's going on in this video is that multiple guys are going to tell this beautiful queen that her butt is not big enough. They're going to specifically say that they want her to be thicker, and she's happy with herself. She's happy with her body, and she doesn't want to change it. She respects their preferences, but she's happy the way she is, and she's not going to feel bad about it because she's a model, she loves her body, and she shouldn't feel bad about it. She should be absolutely happy in her own beautiful and healthy body. And this here is when the whole hell breaks loose, I would say.
If you think you look good and you actually do look good, but that's fine. But it's more like other conversations or other things possibly. Oh, maybe I think you should grow in this area. Maybe you might be a little bit stubborn. That's what I just got off of initial.
I'm sorry
Just
that you
so,
think that.
and then
That's
you kind
okay.
of said a little hard-headed. So,
Okay.
but
That's okay.
you are gorgeous.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay.
And is he your type in any way?
I mean, yeah, he's very handsome. I probably would talk to him if he came up.
So let's take a pause here and kind of talk about what happened in this brief conversation. This guy tells her that people are telling her an area where she can grow, and she doesn't accept that advice, and that makes her stubborn. Like, it doesn't work that way. It's already kind of crossing the line between expressing your opinion versus telling someone that they should change something about them for no reason except your own preference. Right, so we have multiple men who throughout this video berated her, telling her that she needs to look different. And she did a very good job in setting her boundaries and saying, you know, I'm actually happy the way I am. And she wasn't mean about it. She wasn't angry about it. She was very calmly and politely saying that, you know, like, thank you for your input, but I'm absolutely fine the way I am.
Yeah, I like, you know,
I mean, no.
open-mindedness. Like, okay.
Well, you're telling me that you want to change me, and I'm telling you I'm fine. So that's a problem for you?
No, but it was more just like maybe and if you think you look good and you actually do look good, but
Yeah, so we can see how she just established her boundaries, and it's totally fine. Yes, you deserve to feel happy and healthy in your body, and no one has the power to dictate to you how you should look and how you should feel in your body. It's in your own power. And also the doctor guy popped his balloon, so let's see what he has to say.
Over here, if we can have your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
My name is Dr. Elam. I'm 38 years old, and I popped my balloon after listening to you.
Okay, damn. Okay.
I think humility and integrity is something that takes a lot of work to acquire, and it doesn't seem like you've done that work yet.
No? Okay.
Look at the host face.
Have you had therapy before?
No, you want to be my therapist?
If you need one.
I do.
Oh my god, it makes my blood boil.
Okay.
Okay.
Makes my blood boil.
I charge by the hour.
Sure.
I mean,
It's actually crazy.
You know, it's funny, but it's not a joke.
Okay, sure. So you think I need therapy?
I know you need therapy.
Okay.
I think we all need therapy, but it
Shit.
takes a certain level of humility to admit it. And if you can't admit it, then, well, you definitely need therapy.
Okay. Okay, sure.
And why do you think she...
You know, he just suggested for her to go to therapy because she's happy in her body. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, I'm speechless, but I actually have a lot of words to say, but for now, I'm speechless. Why does he think he can just tell people that they need to go to therapy, especially because the reason why he wants her to go to therapy is because she doesn't want to grow her booty. What the hell?
I know you said everyone needs it, but why are you telling her specifically that you think she needs it?
Well, I think we're all giving a bit of constructive criticism, and it seems like you're taking it harshly, which means you have a level of insecurity that needs to be talked with a third party.
Okay. I think you're too into that because I don't need therapy. I'm fine. I'm not insecure. I'm very secure with myself, but that's your opinion, and it's okay.
Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, I would like to acknowledge her response. He basically attacked her, and she still preserved her calm, her cool, and gave him straight away the answer that, no, I don't need therapy. I'm healthy in my body, and I'm quite happy the way I am. Let's pause here about what he just said. Red flag number 1. Giving constructive criticism when in reality is just criticism. First of all, to be constructive, the criticism needs to be welcomed. She needs to come to him and say, hey, I'm having this problem. Can you please give me an advice? That would be a constructive criticism. When you just look at a person and you don't like the way you look and you tell them, hey, grow your booty, this is not a constructive criticism. This is just pure criticism of their body. And she has an absolute right to protect her boundaries and say, actually, no, I'm totally fine and I'm happy the way I am. The unsolicited advice from a perspective of male gaze is not constructive criticism.
Okay. I think you're too into that because I don't need therapy. I'm fine. I'm not insecure. I'm very secure with myself, but that's your opinion and it's okay.
Thank you for proving my point.
I feel like sometimes men, like when you're too confident, they think like it's a problem for them, and
It's
fine.
okay to be insecure.
But I'm
it's
not.
Okay.
So you don't know me. You just see me 2 seconds
Look,
ago.
insecurity is something we all struggle with.
Okay.
And the fact that you can't admit that means that you haven't been able to work past it.
Okay.
And you're already proving to me that it's going to take work to communicate with you because you're not listening to me.
This is a prime example of what gaslighting is. As she's saying that she's absolutely comfortable in her own body, he's saying that no, you're insecure. He completely ignores her feelings, completely ignores the facts, ignores her boundaries, ignores the fact that she's actually a very secure person, very happy with the way she looks and the way she feels. Ignores that and tells her, we all struggle with insecurities, and you just can't admit that. I know you need to work on that. Already inputting that label onto her, he's not trying to figure out if she is insecure or not. He already made up his mind, and he's just gaslighting her, telling her, I don't care what you think. You're insecure because I said so. That behavior over a long period of time can really mess up with your head, shake your foundation and your own boundaries and make you think, oh, maybe I am actually insecure. But no, you're fine. She's fine. And this is a good example to see. Be aware and be able to spot these behaviors and therefore protect yourself. So what to do if you were a victim in this situation? What I would do and what she does, she kind of removes herself from the situation. She says, bye, basically. She doesn't try to argue with him, which is a good strategy, because you cannot argue with people like that. They will always win because their arguments are not logical. Their arguments are emotional. And even though he kind of appears as an emotionless, as a very logical person, I actually have a feeling and believe that he's quite triggered in this moment.
You can give me a session.
You can take my Instagram.
Sure.
And did I mention I was a doctor, or you just called me that?
I feel like you said
okay.
doctor,
Yeah,
but okay.
Yeah. So this is a great opportunity for you to learn that communication can be had without getting defensive. And we can talk to each other like adults and work through our troubles in the same way I have and in the same way you need to.
Okay.
So we can definitely talk after the show.
Okay.
She has a great reaction here. She just completely isolated herself from him and just says, okay, it's a good strategy because you really cannot fight with those people and you cannot prove your point. So he said that communication can be had without getting defensive, and we can talk to each other like adults and work through it in the same way. This type of dialogue, if you were to hear this, this fragment, you would think that you're listening to a conversation between people that have already been in a relationship for a long time. This dialogue doesn't sound like it's between two people that just met. It really sounds like a couple having some issues. He doesn't want to learn about her because he already made up his mind about the way she is, that she's insecure, that she's defensive, that all that yada, 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 while we can see that she's absolutely fine.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And now, as far as Doctor here,
Yeah.
is he someone that you would approach? Is he your type in any way?
I mean, yeah, he's good looking too. He's tall, I like that, dark skin, sure.
And I can
Everything's good.
definitely afford you financially, but maybe not emotionally.
Okay. So you can't handle me is what you're saying, but it's okay. That's fine.
I can handle you. I just have to make the decision if it's worth my time to do that.
Okay, that's fine. Well, that's fine. It is what it is.
I mean, open arms, like seriously, no shade.
Okay. All right.
Like it's all love. Just being honest with what I've been through and what it seems like you need to experience as well.
Okay.
Right. And as a cherry on top, he goes ahead and says, oh, it's all love. And, I just think you need to experience something that I've experienced. Classical abusive behavior. Classical. When he kind of 5 minutes ago berated her, tell her, oh, you're this, you're that. And then, oh, no, it's out of love. Actually, it's for your own benefit. This guy is really insufferable, you can see, and this is just the beginning. It's gonna get worse. And again, pointing out her reaction is perfect. She doesn't engage with him. She doesn't argue with him because, of course, there is no point arguing with the narcissist. No point getting mad at them. She just says, okay, standing her ground, standing her boundaries, and just letting him yap.
All right. Sure.
Okay. Well, as we see here, all the balloons, unfortunately, did get popped.
Yes, they did.
So we couldn't find you love today, but
okay.
you know what? Maybe next time. Thank you so
Maybe
much
next
for
time.
coming
Of course.
on.
Thank you for having me. Bye, guys.
Hey. Welcome. If I can have your name.
Kayla.
Kayla. And how
Yes.
old are you?
I'm 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you do?
I do real estate and I'm a property manager.
Right.
All right, so this is our next girl, Kayla, 22, very bubbly, very successful. She got her life figured out, and she's gorgeous. Now, she says that she wants a guy that's submissive in a way, and we can hear all the balloons flying and popping because the guys don't want to be submissive. But to each their own. Let's scroll to our favorite, Dr. Elon.
So let's head on over here because he already had something to say before we even got to him.
He
So
always has something to say.
so
Not
first
nice,
let's have
generally.
your name, how old you are, and then we could go ahead and get into why you popped.
Sure. My name's Dr. Elam. I'm 38 years old.
Okay.
And I popped my balloon just because you're simply too young. And age isn't really a factor, but you don't know what you want.
How old are you again?
38.
You 38? Oh, yeah. Red flag.
So he's
Less
You
of
are
a-
very handsome. I wouldn't even thought you were 38.
Of course
but
not. But it's less about being a red flag and more about being a liability.
I get it.
If I were to bring you into my life, you would be a liability.
Right. Do you got kids though?
No.
All right. So in just the first 10 seconds of conversations, we already have red flags flying. Number one, he says that she's too young. 22 is too young, which is fair, honestly. I would like to emphasize what he just said. He said she's 22 and it's too young. Remember that. Just remember that, because later on we're going to have some very interesting turn of events. And also, he just called her a liability because she's 22 years old. Like, who does that? If you think someone is too young, you pop your balloon, you say they're too young, period. Why do you have to say she would be a liability? That's so ridiculous. It's just ridiculous.
I get it.
If I were to bring you into my life, you would be a liability.
Right. Do you got kids though?
No.
Can you?
No. You can ask another question now.
I mean, you said you're a doctor, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know what to ask you because you don't like me. I'm too young.
It's not,
I mean, if you change your mind, I'm open to it though.
why would you be open to it?
Because you're handsome for
Sure.
one.
So you only like me
And-
because I'm beautiful.
Just like I'm beautiful.
Yeah, but that's not why I would only like you.
So why would you like me? Because you didn't answer that.
Because you can bring something and add something to my life. But because you're a liability, you can't
Right.
add anything to my life.
Right.
You would be a liability to everything in my
So
life.
what can I not add to your life? What is that?
You can't teach me anything. You can't help me with my finances in any way. You can't add any intellectual anything into my life. And it's not because you're not capable. It's just because you're not
I'm
there
too
yet.
young.
You're not there yet.
Right.
And if you're not already on that path,
I'm already on it. That's the problem. You don't know enough about me.
you're absolutely right. I don't know
So
enough
you
about
messing
you.
up.
You said you have Airbnb
Good
properties.
luck with the other girls back there. You're messing up.
Queen.
Next.
Literally queen behavior.
I can tell that you're triggered, and that's okay.
I'm not triggered, sweetheart. You are very handsome.
We can
But-
work through this
but
together.
You
Please
said
put
I
your
can't
hands
bring
down.
you anything, so it's like,
Right.
there's no need to talk.
You can't
I just
bring
said-
any-
So she actually makes a very good point here. She's telling him, hey, I'm 22, which you already said is too young. I can't bring you anything. Why are you talking to me? Why are you even entertaining this conversation? And the answer is because he's an abuser. Like, I'm not a therapist. I'm not diagnosing him that he's an abuser. But that is a very clear abusive behavior, is that he tells her, you know, you're a liability, you're not for me. And yet he is still entertaining the conversation. He's still entertaining the possibility that they can be together if and only if she does something, submits to him, changes something about her, whatever else he would want her to do. This behavior is really dangerous because if a person has a victim mentality, which she doesn't have it, thankfully, they would fall for this trap and potentially get into an abusive relationship. In the first minute of their interaction, he already devalued her. He said, you're a liability. And also, let's make a mental note of how he said she's triggered. First tells her, you know, you're a liability. Rightfully so, she kind of disagrees because she's not. She has a lot of value. She has a lot of things going on for her. And when she tries to prove that to him, he flips it around. Now you're triggered. You know, that's why there's never a win in an argument with a narcissist, because they just flip the script the way they want to.
And you're absolutely right. I don't know enough about you. You said you have Airbnb properties.
Good luck with the other girls back there. You're messing up. Oh, next. Oh.
And I can tell that you're triggered, and that's okay.
I'm not triggered,
Right. And another thing that happened here, you see how she was ready to walk away. And the only way that he could grab her attention back is by saying something negative about her. He's actually a good manipulator, because what just happened? She was ready to walk away. She was ready to say next, let's move on. And yet, as she's walking away, he calls her triggered, and that grabs her attention back into the dialogue. He continues to grab her into the conversation with him just so he can belittle her more and more.
You are very handsome.
We can work through this together.
You
Please
said I
put your
can't
hands
bring
down.
you anything, so it's like
Right.
there's no need to talk.
You can't
I just
bring
said,
anything right
good luck
now.
with the other girls.
Say, okay, and this is why your immaturity will prevent you from being with a real man.
No, I've dealt with real men
Because you're not
before.
listening to me and you're trying to talk over
Go
me.
ahead, I'm listening.
Adults have conversations.
I'm listening.
Okay? So if we were to get together, you would be asking me questions like, Dr. Elam, what did you do to acquire everything that you acquired? What did you do to learn everything that you learned? What type of habits and skills do you have that can help me get to where I want to get? You have 2 Airbnb properties. How can we get to 4? How can we get to 8?
I already know how to do that. My dad. That's how I got it.
Next contestant, please.
Please.
Okay.
I was gonna pick you, but
You're not listening to me. Adults have conversation. Once again, it's a manipulative remark. It's aimed to cause an emotional distress in her. He's trying to bring down her worth. And also know how when she ended their conversation and she was ready to move on to the next contestant, he pulled her back. He was like, oh, you're triggered. It's clear that it's not really going anywhere. He says, next contestant. Such a good example of narcissistic behavior. And honestly, for a 22-year-old, she is being very emotionally mature. And kudos to her. And I'm actually surprised she entertained him for that long. And circling back to the first thing he said, that she's too young. If she was too young, he would have popped his balloon and just move on to the next contestant. Him saying that she was 22, it was all a bluff, aiming to bring her down somehow because she is so well put together. There's not many things to grab on really to put her down. So age is one thing that he could grab on to belittle her. It's so sad, honestly. All right, next contestant.
And what's your name?
My name's Leona.
Leona, how old are you?
I'm 20.
20, okay. And what do you do?
I'm in the military and I'm in nursing school.
She's 20. His balloon is still up. Just a little note. Seems like 22 is too young, but 20 is okay. Make it make sense. Anyway.
A man that has kids.
Oh, you don't want him. I thought I misheard you. But yeah, I was just too young. That's it.
Okay.
I thought that's what I heard. I was like, I
Right.
can't have.
She's too young. That's it. This is what a normal person would say if someone is too young. Notice how he didn't have to go on the whole rant about how she's a liability.
Well, you walked in and you said you were 20, and I was waiting for you to say something that maybe would help with your age because you're a little bit young for me, but
Understood.
nothing yet.
You're handsome though, but yeah.
Something that would help with your age. How do you say it? If you're into young people, which is fine, it's fine, but just be straightforward about it. Don't say you're too young and then try to force women to prove themselves to you. This is so backwards. Yikes.
Yes, a lot. I was dunking on people when you were in elementary school.
I wasn't even born, so yeah. Okay. Cool.
Hey. All right, and now let's move on to the last contestant.
Oh, welcome. What's your name?
Viviana.
Viviana. How old are you?
I'm 21.
21. Okay, and what do you do?
Well, I'm a full-time student and I'm a customer service agent with Discover Card.
Okay, all right. And Viviana, what do you look for in a man?
Oh, I want a leader and a protector.
Okay.
Somebody who can lead me and help me out.
Okay, all right. And as far as like looks go, what's your type?
I don't have a type as long as you're African.
So you want someone African?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And are you from Africa?
Yeah, I'm from Ghana.
From Ghana. All right, nice.
All
Okay.
right, she's cute,
So we do have
really sweet,
no balloons
really
popped
feminine.
yet. So that's really, really good.
She looks her age. She looks amazing. She's very nice, very sweet, very feminine. My point is, she's 21. She looks 21. She acts 21. But let's see the reddest flag that the doctor pulls out.
That's your only deal breaker.
Well, there's more, but I get to know them first. You know,
Okay.
I can lay down everything right now.
All
so.
right. Okay, so let's go ahead and eliminate two of them for right now, strictly
Two.
based off of looks. So I'm going to give you this.
So I'm just starting to get my life together.
Okay.
So I'm gonna take the process with me to finish to get my career and all that stuff.
Say that again.
I'm gonna like help me get through my career and stuff like that.
What do you mean?
Like
I
the
need
career
you.
that I want.
How am I going to help you get the career that you want?
Financially, support me.
You want me to pay for you to get a
No,
career
no.
that you want?
No, pay for it, but like be there for me. You know, because some people will not wait for you to get where you want to go in life,
Okay.
career-wise.
Okay.
So are you willing to do that?
Am I willing? Can
To
you be
wait.
more specific with your question?
Sure. So right now I'm a student. I don't
Sure.
have the high-paying job yet.
Sure, sure.
Are you going to wait for me to get my high-paying job?
Yeah, I don't need you to provide for me.
Okay.
I'm fine with you being in school and getting your career and doing what you do.
Okay. But the age though, 38.
Sure.
So now is her age a problem for you?
Originally it was, but after listening to you speak and seeing your temperament, you're giving more of like a 28-year-old vibe. And you say you don't work.
Woo! Wow, 28-year-old vibe. Am I completely like blind, or she's no way giving a 28-year-old vibe? She's giving a 21-year-old vibe. I'm not even 28. I'm not even 28. From my life experience, you know, I can tell you she does not behave like a 28-year-old. And rightfully so, because she's not. She's 21. She's a college student. And just him telling her that she's mature for her age is super weird. As an older guy to a younger woman, it just does not sit well with me.
Work out, but I cannot tell.
Well, it's the African genes, you know.
I know, and I almost popped my balloon because you said you wanted someone African, but I'm half Ghanaian.
I'm Ghanaian too. Stop.
What's your? You gonna let me walk out of your life right now? You gonna let age be a factor?
This man's old enough to be your father. He's old enough to be your father. Oh man, that's old game. He been doing that before you was born. You need a damn man like me. We know the same artists.
But then you understand my culture though, right? Ghanaian.
And for our first date, I'd fly you out to LA, and I'd take you to one of my favorite beach spots, and we'd have a picnic on the beach, and then we would go to my friend's speakeasy, and we'd have a couple of drinks. And even though you are a little bit younger, it's okay because I know the guy.
I think I'm gonna go with him because.
So you're gonna pop his balloon? Oh.
I'm sorry, yeah.
I fought for you a little bit. I fought you
All right, so they end up matching, and I'm honestly really happy for them. The irony that he was so adamant about wanting a mature partner, and he ended up with one of the youngest contestants on the show. Can you have a healthy relationship as a 21-year-old with a 38-year-old? Absolutely. I believe you can have a very nice, oops, why am I shaking? You can have a nice, beautiful, healthy relationship despite the age difference, as long as both adults are consenting. However, in this situation, there is a power imbalance. He makes way more money than her. He is going to be taking care of her most likely while she's going to college. This is going to cause a dependence. She's going to depend on him really quickly. And given that what we saw before, his behaviors about not acknowledging your feelings, gaslighting, belittling, it is just a recipe for disaster. And even in the way they talk, there's like a dad and daughter dynamic, or like a boss and a subordinate. It doesn't feel like partners. And we've seen it multiple times in this video where he devalued any tendencies of a maturity. When a woman was protecting her boundaries, it's saying, I'm happy in my body. He devalued that. When the power dynamic between 21-year-old and 38-year-old, especially 21-year-old who hasn't established them yet, and a 38-year-old that has these tendencies of gaslighting and manipulation and just narcissistic behaviors. This is just a recipe for disaster. As a 21-year-old, she would be so susceptible to withholding the abuse, to channeling that frustration that's going to come up towards herself and feeling that something is wrong with her. When someone is young, they will think, oh, something is wrong with me. I need to fix myself. And this is just a very dangerous situation. And again, that said, I think that it's absolutely possible to have a very beautiful and nice and happy relationship, even with a big age difference. But just in this situation in particular, I would tread waters really carefully. And at the end of the day, it's all for fun. It's a TV show. I know, I'm well aware, and I want you to be aware that in real life, these people may present themselves absolutely differently. I'm not a therapist, so this is just my idea, my thoughts, my life experience. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like this video if you found it helpful. So I'll see you in the next video.
You're not married.
That's correct.
Never been engaged.
No.
You're 38 and you're a doctor.
That's correct.
What's wrong?